Healing. I'm Nicholas Vidal, certified functional medicine health coach, and on this video we're going to explain some of the reasons why you have a health issue that is not fully being remedied. And the reason is because we need to look at these 5 R's in order to have true resolution, in order to fully get down to the root cause. We always hear about the root cause in functional medicine. However, many of us are actually looking in the downstream and we're not looking enough at the upstream up here. And so we're going to go over that in this video as we go through the 5 R's of cellular healing. So these are our 5 R's here. We need all 5 R's in order to create true healing. R number 1 is removing the source. So removing the source can be things like food. So maybe you have actual food sensitivities. Maybe there's things like too much sugar, processed food, too many grains, things that are creating inflammation within your body, within your cells. Not only that, you also have bioaccumulated toxins. So maybe there's bad bacteria, maybe a GI infection, maybe things like Lyme's. Those are there as well. So not only are we looking at what's newly coming into the body, whether through food, whether through toxins, whether through pesticides, but also the toxins that your own bacteria and your own body has within itself already. That is R number 1. And this is what's happening here, is so many detoxes and things focus on the downstream. So here we go, we have the cell. The cell is what provides our health, right? That's what provides our energy. That's what tells our genes to turn on and off. That's what helps us to make new tissue. That's what helps us to clean out old tissue and toxins. The cell is where the magic happens. However, many of us are too focused on the downstream. And so yes, we know a lot of things go through the gut. However, we're not looking at the other areas of focus. So yeah, things may be coming through the gut, and this is where things like colonics, colon cleanses, even sometimes taking a probiotic and things is going to put its focus. However, we're not getting to the actual root cause of what's happening here. So you see, removing the source, you actually have all these toxins. So once again, food, pesticides, hormones, toxic beauty products, things like mold. So maybe your house has mold in it, or you had mold exposure in your past. These are all things that can get in the way, and this is why we need to remove the source. Not only do we need to remove the source and prevent more from coming in, we then need to look at the actual cell membrane. So our cell membrane is actually a bilipid layer. It's actually composed of fat, saturated fat, and cholesterol. And now when this membrane gets out of whack and gets damaged, you're actually impacting the health of the cell, because this is the good stuff coming in, this is the bad stuff coming out. When this membrane's compromised, toxins are going to sit within your cell and they're not going to be able to be detoxed out. Not to mention your hormone receptors, so your thyroid hormone, your insulin, all of these receptors are actually on the cell membrane. So imagine if this cell membrane is all dirty and gunked up, your hormone receptors are also dirty and gunked up. So the answer is not in providing more hormones, it's actually cleaning up the receptor sites of the hormones that your body already has. This is what we do in step 2, regenerating the cell membrane. Step 3 is restoring cellular energy. So how do we do that? Did you know that you have something called mitochondria within your cell? So think of this, mighty mitochondria, right? They are the energy, the powerhouse of your cell. Now this creates a chemical, supplies a chemical called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. If this mitochondria gets damaged, you're going to be suffering from low energy because the cell is not having enough energy to do what it needs to do. And so now ATP gets messed up because the mitochondria is getting messed up. And so now your cell is constantly trying to bring good stuff in and bad stuff out. But if the energy of the cell, if it has no energy, right, it's almost like your cell phone. If your cell phone has no battery, it's not going to do what it needs to do, even though your cell phone technically, in theory, should be working. This is why step 3 is restoring cellular energy. Step 4 we must reduce cellular inflammation. So we've already looked at removing the sources of toxins coming in, different foods, different chemicals, different hygiene products, different molds and bacteria. We looked at regenerating this cell membrane. We need to be able to get in here, clean this up, and fix our cell membrane. Then we need to be able to restore ATP, and how we do that is by cleaning out the cell, so that way the engine of the cell can function way better, and now toxins are going to be able to move in and out. The way we reduce cellular inflammation is by cleaning up this whole process. Now the cell starts to function better. It's now getting toxins out. Not only that, you're also going to be stimulating glutathione, which we're going to be speaking about with step 5, which is the most important step of them all. This is called reestablishing methylation. It is one of the most common overlooked things in medicine today, and that is the pathway of methylation. Methylation, the easiest way to explain this, is basically our energy center in the body and also how our body detoxes. Methylation has a lot of processes involved. However, the easiest way to think of methylation is almost like a conveyor belt. So you have packages going through the conveyor belt. However, if there's a problem with the machine, things are going to spill over. The packages are going to spill over. It's not that there's a problem with the packages itself. There's a problem with the machinery. And so we need to get in there and restore methylation. And this is exactly why the conventional way of doing things does not work. Because if we are in the cell here and we automatically go right to the gut to focus, we are bypassing all the rest. Because what happens in the cell directly affects your lymphatic system. These are your lymph nodes. So if this is nice and clean, your blood is flowing clean like a river, right? Your lymph system's connected to your blood. The more dirty this gets, the more dirty your blood gets. Guess what? These two organs, your kidney and your liver, they filter out your blood. So if your lymphatic system is dirty because you are not detoxing effectively, now your blood is dirty, your kidney, your liver, your gut now have more of a burden on them, and this is going to prevent you from healing. Because not only that, you also have the concept of auto-intoxication, which basically means you may take herbs and different supplements and things to start some of this process. However, if you don't look at the other pathways, you now have toxins that are going back into the liver, back into the kidneys, and they have to recirculate, not to mention new toxins coming in on a daily basis. This is exactly why the 5R approach to healing is what you've been missing. And I know from firsthand experience, because I had a skin rash all over my body, severe autoimmune issues, severe food sensitivity, severe gut dysbiosis, issues with parasites, candida. And yes, I went through many different protocols. I went through many different practitioners and different things. And there was points in time when I focused only on the gut, points in time when I focused only on the skin, points in time when I focused on energy and stress and anxiety. However, it wasn't until I was able to piece all of these together is where I had full resolution. So in order to get well, we need to repair the cell. Say that with me one more time. In order to get well, we need to repair the cell. And the way we repair the cell is by using the 5 R's of cellular healing. Now, if this is something that resonates with you, if this process resonates with you, if you've tried multiple things, maybe you've tried healing your gut, maybe you know you have leaky gut, maybe you've tried to heal it, but for some reason things keep resurfacing. Or maybe you go to fix one thing, let's say your gut, but then all of a sudden your thyroid's out of whack, or maybe your liver gets backed up. So it's always this domino effect, and until we put all 5 R's together in a step-by-step process, we are not going to be able to truly heal. Because the body naturally wants to heal itself. We need to identify what's getting in the way of that, remove it, and then get inside and fix the actual engine, fix the machinery. Once we do that, your cells are going to function way better, and they're going to do what they're supposed to be doing, which is providing energy, detoxing on a daily basis, regenerating, making new cells for new tissue. And so if this process resonates with you, you can click the link below. You'll be brought to a quick application. You can jump on a 15-minute health investigation session with me. We can discuss what you've tried in the past, what are some of the symptoms that are surfacing for you right now, what are some of the obstacles coming up for you right now, and then determine whether this 5R step-by-step process is what you need at this point in time for true cellular healing. So once again, we have to repair the cell in order to get well. Click the link below this video. You'll be brought to an application. Fill out the couple of questions on the application. We'll jump on the phone, and from there, we'll be able to determine if this process is actually right for you. With that said, I hope to see you on the phone.